The struggle for superiority in snowboarding was so epic it spanned 2 continents. American Louie Vito went head-to-head in the halfpipe against local hero Greg Bretz at the U.S. Grand Prix in Mammoth Mountain, California.
While across the globe in Switzerland, Vito's rival Yuri Pudwill was competing at the Burton European Open, where American Danny Davis staged an inspiring comeback.
Then, fans witnessed a fierce contest between Aussie's Steph Gilmore and Enever at the Roxy Pro Gold Coast in Australia, while the battle between Brazilian Adriano de Souza and Aussie veteran Taj Burrow at the Quiksilver Pro went down to the wire.
We talked to the man himself, Taj Burrow, check in on the latest inside news, and give you all the AMA Supercross action you can handle. It all starts right now. You're inside Alli Sports.
It's terrifying, you know, you come in just with so much pressure on you. You hear the roar as you go down the line of the crowd. It's just an incredible feeling, it's unreal.
Ready to drop the gate in St. Louis. James Stewart is already passing people inside and out. Oh, and he gets thrown. Down goes Stewart and off they go.
This is Inside Alli Sports. I'm Pat Barnell.
And I'm Angela Sun. With the Burton European Open running simultaneously with the U.S. Grand Prix at Mammoth Mountain, fans were treated to double the snowboarding and free skiing action, featuring some of the world's best riders split between the 2 contests.
And the final stop of the U.S. Grand Prix Tour went out in a big way with a mostly U.S. contingent hitting the half-pipe final in near perfect California conditions.
Olympic medalist and expert snowboard analyst JJ Thomas was right there as it all went down, as he takes us inside snow.
What up? JJ Thomas here at the bottom of the half pipe at Mammoth Mountain. Here for the second and final stop of the Grand Prix series. Let's talk about men's half pipe. A lot more on the line here than just a single half pipe victory. $20,000 for the guy who took home the overall. And the battle was between Louie Vito, Luke Matroni, and Greg Bretz. The show went down, and it went down great. Those 3 battled it out to the very end. It came down to the last run. Luke Matroni came out of nowhere, double chucks, cab doubles, 3rd place. Greg Bretz had an insane performance, one of the best runs of the season by him for sure. Solid 2nd place. Louie Vito, one of the best runs of the season. He went huge to take home the overall, the win, everything. Couldn't ask for anything better. It's just an amazing event. The ladies had the same stuff on the line. Not only a $10,000 first place check, but a $20,000 overall as well. Ellery Hollingsworth came out today, did a great combo. I love her frontside 7. One of the best women's tricks you saw today. She ended up 3rd. Congrats, Ellery, that was awesome. Caitlin Farrington also got her first podium today, landed in 2nd, $5 grand, the overall 20, and got best trick for back 9 on the first hit. $35,000 day for Caitlin Farrington. And then to top it off, Elena Height threw down by far the best run of the day, came out with the win. Unbelievable, you girls killed it. They're all going to Vermont next week to battle it out. It's gonna be great.
Final results for halfpipe has Vito in the top spot with a 98.2, followed by Greg Bretz, then Luke Matroni, who also won best trick with his double Michael Chuck. Bretz tweeted about his excitement and the finish. Great day, now I'ma follow it with a great night. Whoop whoop. Stoked to share the podium with my boys Luke Matroni and Louie Vito. For the women, it was Elena Height at number 1 with a 92.8, trailed by Caitlin Farrington, whose backside 900 earned her best trick, then Ellery Hollingsworth rounding out the top 3. Ellery tweeted, "So psyched to be on the podium at the Mammoth Grand Prix with Elena Height and Caitlin Farrington. Everyone rode well."
While Louie Vito was busy securing the win at Mammoth, his Swiss rival, Yuri Pudwill, had competition of his own at the Burton European Open in Switzerland. But without Vito to give him a run for his money, who was left to push iPod on his home pipe? That question was answered by the 2nd run by 2010 Dew Tour champion Danny Davis, who was forced to withdraw from the remainder of the 2010 season due to a severe back injury and had yet to make it to a podium. But the Friends crew member was back in top form on the halfpipe as he hit a cab 1080 double cork Indy, a frontside 900, backside 540, cab double cork 1080 frontside, and finished nicely with a switch alley-oop backside rodeo 540 nose grab. But iPod stayed focused on his game and came back strong in his second run, hitting a frontside 900 tail grab, backside 900 mute, frontside double cork 1080, and closed with a cab double cork. iPod's 88.9 second run score was enough to hold the lead and earn him the top spot on the podium, followed by Danny Davis and Japan's Ryo Ono in third.
For the women, once again, it was the Kelly Clark show. The seemingly unstoppable Clark racked up her 16th victory out of 17 contests, a streak interrupted only by her injury during the Burton Canadian Open. Clark secured the lead on her second run, hitting a frontside 900, backside 540, huge frontside 10, and finished with her cab 720. She was challenged only by longtime rival Gretchen Bleiler, who answered with the frontside 900, frontside alley-oop mute, frontside tail grab, cab 720, and a frontside 540. But both Bleiler and Spanish rider Corral Castellet fell in their third and final runs, cementing the victory for Clark, who reached the top of the podium nearly 10 points ahead of Bleiler. Yuki Furuhata from Japan took the third position.
The Burton Global Open Series concludes with the Burton US Open Snowboarding Championships at Stratton Mountain in Vermont starting on March 9th. To commemorate the 30th anniversary of the event, the US Open champions of the past, such as Danny Cass, Scotty Lego, and Kelly Clark, are personally invited to compete and will move straight to the finals. I love that.
And you know, Pat, my sources tell me that possibly, maybe, Shaun White may make an appearance.
Really? He must love Stratton. That's very interesting. All right, we'll bring you all the action and the results next time on Inside Alli Sports. Coming up, it's an episode of When Aussies Attack as Gilmore goes up against Enever in the finals of the Roxy Pro on the Gold Coast of Australia.
And the men aren't holding back either when Burrow faces off against Souza in one of the closest finals in the history of the Quiksilver Pro. Stick around.
I don't know anything that even comes close to this contest.
The Red Bull Signature Series continues with Cold Rush, March 24th on NBC.
Welcome back to Inside Alli Sports. After worries about whether or not there would be sufficient surf at Snapper Rocks in Australia for the first ASP World Tour event of the season, those fears were washed away by some of the most exciting finals action in the history of the Quiksilver and Roxy Pro.
Yeah, the eyes of the fans at Snapper were initially fixed on World Tour rookies like Chloe Andino and John Florence, but most of the young guns were eliminated by the quarterfinals, leaving Tour veterans occupying the top 8 spots. Another big surprise came in the form of 11-time ASP champion Kelly Slater. Unfortunately, the defending Quiksilver Pro winner didn't get a chance to replicate his victory, falling to Australian Josh Kerr in the quarterfinals.
Kersey flying down the line, boom, throws the air, lands perfect.
You know you want to win each one, but you're never going to win them all. And obviously there's always a new crew of talent and everyone wanting to push early on and sort of find their position. You know, it's a horse race and you got a long way, and it's 1 of 10 or whatever it is. And is it 10 now?
As the finals dawned at Snapper, the capacity crowd watched 33-year-old veteran Ozzie Taj Burrow take on the massive air assault coming from 25-year-old Brazilian Adriano de Souza. In the last minutes of the heat, Burrow found a wave that looked terrible off the rocks, but it opened up into a clean racetrack down the line, allowing for 5 cracks and a reverse. With little time left on the clock, de Souza caught a wave and launched into a massive air reverse that had almost everybody on the beach wondering who was taking the title.
Needs a 787. Can hear the suspense, the beach is quiet.
He gets a 7.
It's Taj Burrow.
After adding up the scores, Taj Burrow emerged on top of the podium with a micro-thin 0.2 of a point separating him from the younger Brazilian. De Souza also finished runner-up in 2009 to Australian Joel Parkinson, while Burrow repeated his 2010 Quiksilver win against South African Jordy Smith.
As sweet as it gets, you know, being the first event of the year, and it's terrifying, you know, you come in just with so much pressure on you. I had a really good event last year, and I came up short in the final. Kelly got me. And then when I found myself against Adriano, and I got really nervous too because he got me last time in Brazil in a final, and there was a lot of weight on my shoulders in that final, it felt like. So it's pretty rewarding to come out on top.
the Roxy Pro, the Final Four were all Australian heavy hitters. In the semifinals, Laura Enever defeated Tyler Wright, and Steph Gilmore unleashed powerful snaps against world number 2 Sally Fitzgibbons to move on to the finals. In what seemed like deja vu all over again from 2011, it would be 24-year-old Gilmore in the finals against 20-year-old tour sophomore Laura Enever. Last year it was Enever who defeated Gilmore in the quarterfinals, so Gilmore was holding nothing back. Enever fought back hard against Gilmore, but the 4-time ASP champion dominated the final heat with her powerful surfing and consistently high scores.
She's going to finish this one off strong. This is going to be a great way for Steph Gilmore.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow. Just
Dang.
putting the exclamation mark on this
Steph
wave.
Gilmore.
To feel like I didn't even really exist last year, you know, in the rankings, and really just that fire wasn't really there. And to be in a final and to have that pressure and the excitement of being in the final is just, it's the best feeling ever. So, and then to win, my cheeks are so sore from smiling already.
Steph Gilmore!
He was ASP World Tour Rookie of the Year in 1998, winner of the Rip Curl Pro in 2007, and he just repeated his 2010 Quiksilver Pro win. We check in now with 2012 Quiksilver Pro champion, Taj Burrow.
I need to know.
Taj, first off, I want to say congratulations with the big win at Snapper. Well done, sir.
Thank you, mate. Very happy over here.
A lot of people are thinking about your approach this year, if it was any different. You seem like you had that similar fire that we've seen in years past when you've had success there. What was different this year?
I don't know if I changed too much. I was ridiculously nervous, as I am every year at the first event. But yeah, once I got in the water, I felt really good. So pretty happy. Let's talk about that nervous factor, because you did lose in the first round. How much did that rattle you? Well, it's pretty funny, really, because it didn't rattle me initially. I lost my heat. I was watching round 1 unfold, and I was looking at the rankings, and I saw that Joel Parkinson was ranked ahead of me, and I thought I worked it out that he was going to surf against Dane Reynolds, and I was kind of giggling to myself, thinking, oh, that's going to be an insane heat. And then I left the competitors area all chuffed, and then Jake Patterson texted me back and he goes, oh dude, we got it wrong, you've got Dane. I wasn't sure if I was ready for that caliber of surfer yet. So yeah, Dane, I was terrified to surf against Dane, really, just because he's just so good, and he just throws everything at every turn, and you know, he's a crowd favourite. But I was losing sleep over that, but once I got in the water I felt good. So yeah, we both put on a show, so I'm happy that it was a good heat. A lot of those people that are in the know, they notice you're on a Mayhem board. Explain to those that don't understand how important it is, you know, having that right type of equipment. You switch from Firewire to Mayhem. Has it been a good change? Well, at the start of the year, I kind of just told myself I was going to ride just whatever felt best under my feet. And, you know, I'm still getting a lot of Firewires, and I think I'll ride them at certain locations. But yeah, the Mayhems, they felt insane in those, you know, little running rides at Snapper. I felt good, you know, I felt juvenile, as I said before. Like, I felt really fresh on them. So I'll see how I go for the rest of the year. I'm just going to kind of ride whatever feels good to me. So I want to keep that spark. Yeah, you mentioned the rest of the year. Sadly, there's one less stop on the tour this year, that being J-Bay. Have you heard about the rumors that Fiji, the Vulcan Pro in Fiji, it might be taken off the calendar? Have you heard rumors of that? Oh, yeah, of course. We're all very concerned. I mean, it's a bummer to lose J-Bay. That's one of the best events. Yeah, there's been a lot of rumours about Fiji, and that would be incredibly sad, as that's one of the best events on the tour, if not the best. But I think it's going to be on. Yeah, I was speaking to a few people recently, and I'm pretty confident they're still going to get that one going. So fingers crossed, we all want to go to Fiji. Historically, you know, you've won early in the season, and you never seem to lose that kind of frothy attitude. Are you going to take any different approach this year moving forward? Do you plan to have a little different type of focus, or are you just going to, you know, be Taj Burrow as usual? I don't know, mate. That's a good question. To be honest, I really want to surf my best, and then I just keep up with the you know, the level of surfing that's coming from the new crop of young guys. You know, they're some of my favourite surfers now. I just don't want to get left in the dust ever.
We go, he's got to scoot this section here, he's got to get around and drives. Where is his there it is, the big blowtail. Just great control.
As long as I'm surfing as good as I can and, you know, as good as those guys, I'll be happy, and hopefully the results fall into place. But yeah, I'm not thinking world titles yet. I just want to surf my absolute best, and yeah, I want to win events.
You have many, many more years in you for sure, Taj. Congrats again on the win at Snapper, and have a great season.
All right, you guys. Thanks, Pat.
All right, Taj hopes to follow up his Quiksilver win at the upcoming Burton Pro at the Newcastle Surf Contest. This is an ASP 6-star event and one of the longest-running surf events in Australia.
Coming up, we get the latest results on skateboarding's battle at the Berrics.
And the winner is...
We break down what's going on in action sports on Inside News.
And a winner climbs back to the top while a challenger falls to the back of the pack at the latest sold-out stop on the AMA Supercross when we come back.
Welcome back to Inside Alli Sports.
Here's the breakdown of the latest in sports with Inside News.
The action at the underground skate competition Battle at the Berrics 5 continued this week as the field of 32 of the world's best skaters began to shrink down. On the team Barra bracket, Ryan Pierce defeated Boo Johnson to advance to the second round, while on the other side, on Team Costin, it was Tory Pudwill overtaking Evan Smith.
The Berrics Skate Park in downtown Los Angeles was also the site of a charity event called Skateboarding Gives Back, designed to raise money for nonprofit organizations who work with disadvantaged youths through skateboarding. The event not only showcased local music and art, but featured a first-ever Best Trick Skate Contest. Oscar Meza took the first-place spot, followed by Sierra Fellers and Manny Santiago in third.
The financial problems of Australian surfwear manufacturer Billabong, which is also a major sponsor for several ASP surf contests, led to the Billabong Pro Jeffreys Bay event being downgraded by the ASP. The company has blamed its current economic woes on a high debt load, increased competition, and sluggish sales in its 677 retail outlets.
The Real Snow Backcountry Contest is down to the final contestants, John Jackson and UC Oxenden. 8 of the world's best backcountry snowboarders have submitted 90-second videos vying for a shot at $50,000 and winner X Gold in France. Winner of the fan favorite video will also receive a $10,000 cash prize. The AMA Supercross Tour moved on to its 9th stop in St. Louis, where the Edward Jones Dome was, as usual for Supercross, packed to capacity with over 60,000 fans. After the upset by Ryan Dungey last week in Atlanta, it didn't take long for Ryan Villopoto to once again surge to the front of the pack to earn his 5th win of the season. Davey Millsaps was first out of the gate, surging well past Dungey, whose bad start had him struggling to get back to the top. He had better luck, however, than Bubba Stewart, who once again acted as his own worst enemy and crashed on the first lap.
James Stewart was absolutely last going around the first turn. He's going to try to get the drive on the outside. Look at Villopoto gassing up that big Kawasaki.
Villopoto passed Millsaps at the end of the second lap, and in business-as-usual Villopoto fashion, never relinquished the lead.
Here he comes, though, to win number 5. Ryan Villopoto, 5-time winner in 2012.
Dungey made up for his poor start and eventually came within 2 seconds of the leader, but it wasn't enough. And he had to settle for second, with Justin Brayton crossing the line in third. Current overall standings has, not a surprise, Villopoto in the lead with 205 points, followed by Dungey, with James Bubba Stewart holding on in third. It is an interesting note that Chad Reed, who missed the last 2 races because of the crash and is sidelined for the rest of the season, is still holding on to 4th place. The 2012 AMA Supercross Championship heads to Daytona next week, where riders will be racing on a track designed by Ricky Carmichael.
Thanks for checking us out again on Inside Alli Sports, your base camp for action sports. And keep up with the latest news and events by following us on Twitter at AlliSports, or give us your take by tweeting at #InsideAlliSports.
And as always, make sure you subscribe to Alli Sports Network and check out all the great shows on the Alli Sports channel here on YouTube. This is Pat Parnell.
And I'm Angela Sun for Inside Alli Sports.
Tell me again, what's a base camp? I'm still confused. I don't know.